triple digit for some time now, the capital has turned into a hotbed for coronavirus. The prohibitory orders put in place to control the speed at which the virus has been spreading might play a band-aid of a role. However, health experts have warned the lack of preparations for health facilities in the densely populated region might cause for the situation to spiral out of hands in the near future. Good morning, I'm Sarah Sapsanama and these are the headlines of the hour. Death tally due to COVID-19 climbs to 175 with 11 deaths reported yesterday. 885 new cases reported in the country, taking the tally past 34,000. The capital turns into a hotbed for coronavirus. Health experts warn of a looming crisis if local administrations fail to isolate and treat the infected. In the US, Hurricane Laura expected to cause an unsurvivable storm surge, extreme winds and flash floods. And Lyon advances into the finals of the Women's Champions League, defeating Paris Saint-Germain by a solitary goal to clash against Wolfsburg in the title decider. The number of COVID-19 cases in the country has climbed to 34,418 as 885 new cases were reported yesterday. The capital recorded the highest number of coronavirus cases so far. 301 cases were reported in the Kathmandu Valley, including 230 in Kathmandu district alone, 47 in Lalitpur and 24 in Bhaktapur. The death toll, meanwhile, has reached 175 as 11 more infected individuals succumbed to the virus in the past 24 hours. Speaking at the daily press brief, spokesperson for the Health Ministry, Dr. Jageshwar Gautam, informed there are 14,739 active coronavirus cases in the country at the moment. This includes 8,711 in various hospitals and isolation centers and 6,028 of those in home isolation. According to the ministry, a total of 13,253 swab samples were tested in the past 24 hours, taking the test tally over 635,000. 151 infected individuals are receiving treatment in ICUs and 14 in ventilators. 9,832 are in various quarantine centers throughout the country. Meanwhile, Sarlahi reported 120 cases, Sunsari 55, Dhanusha 43, Bara 24, Chitwan 42 and Kailali 29. 385 individuals have been discharged from various hospitals and isolation centers in the past 24 hours, taking the total recoveries to 19,504. The recovery rate in the country stands at 56.6%. The ongoing prohibitory orders issued in the Kathmandu Valley have been extended by a week. The joint meeting of the Chief District Officers of Kathmandu, Lalitpur and Bhaktapur districts held yesterday decided to extend the prohibitory orders until 2nd of September, which were in effect from 20th of August. The Chief District Officers also held discussions with mayors of the valley regarding the management of quarantine and isolation centers. The meeting concluded to extend the prohibitory orders for another week to prepare for the management of the quarantine centers for those returning from abroad, as the government has decided to resume international flights from 1st of September. Normal life in the Kathmandu Valley has crippled as businesses are shut, while public movement has been strictly prohibited other than for emergency purposes. Essential services including medical service, pharmacy, grocery and communication have been allowed to operate under strict monitoring. Moving on, the densely populated capital has turned into a coronavirus hotbed in recent days. Kathmandu district has been reporting the highest number of cases in the country since mid-August. Health experts have warned the rising number of infections would not augur well for the capital in the days ahead. We have a report.
On 23rd of January, a Nepali student who returned from China tested positive for coronavirus. The capital reported its second case a month later. The third case was seen on 14th of April and the fourth case 4 weeks later. Since then, the number has been on the rise. The number of infections registered in the capital was in double digits by mid-July. On 7th of August, the infections reached the highest, 106 cases. Since mid-August, the capital has been recording highest daily cases compared to other districts. On 17th of August, Kathmandu district reported 139 cases, while the Kathmandu Valley reported 168 cases. Since then, cases have stood at triple digits. On Wednesday, the Kathmandu Valley reported 301 cases, including 230 in Kathmandu district alone. This has taken the total number of COVID-19 cases in the valley to 4,021. The Health Ministry has said the rising infections is a result of the resumption in movement since the lockdown was lifted on 22nd of July. The Kathmandu Valley is home to over 4 million people. Kathmandu district alone accommodates 2.5 million of them. Each square kilometer of area in Kathmandu has around 20,000 people. However, despite its sensitivity, preparations to prevent community spread of the virus have been discouraging. Health experts have attributed the local administration's decision of sending people who had returned from abroad to their communities without proper quarantine procedures as the reason for the surge in cases. Furthermore, many cases reported from the police headquarters, constitutional units like the CIAA, courts, and commercial institutions have depicted the negligence shown in preventing the spread. Experts have warned the rising number of infections predicts that the situation will go out of hand in the near future, especially if the government fails to isolate infected individuals for treatment.
A person in Jhapa has been shot dead by a security personnel of the armed police force. 38-year-old Rashikul Alam of Jhapa Rural Municipality was killed in Katua Mari yesterday. According to the police, shots were fired when protesters pelted stones at the armed police force office in protest of people being arrested for slaughtering a cow. Chief District Officer Uday Bahadur Rana Magar informed that Alam, who was injured in the incident, later died at BNC Hospital in Birtamod while undergoing treatment. As liquidity of commercial banks has significantly increased and there has been lack in investment prospects, the flow of investors in the stock market has increased significantly. The transaction amount has reached almost 2 billion rupees each day since Monday through online trading amid the prohibitory orders imposed in Kathmandu Valley. We have more in this report.
All businesses have been halted due to the prohibitory orders issued in the Kathmandu Valley and other major cities. Investment prospects across the country have also been affected by the coronavirus pandemic, and investors are in a wait-and-watch situation. As there has been no possibility to invest in other sectors, investors have flocked to the stock market, resulting in the surge in transactions. Last Wednesday, the NEPSE was at 1,393 points, while it has increased by 69 points in exactly a week to settle at 1,462 points. Moreover, the share market witnessed a daily average transaction of 2 billion rupees since Monday. Experts opine the transactions in the market have surged considerably due to the lucrative dividends distributed by banks and financial institutions and the drop in interest rates. More than 81% of the share transactions are carried out online, while the rest of the investors have been trading through brokers. According to the Nepal Stock Exchange, there were 20,000 online traders before the lockdown was imposed in the country on 24th of March, which has substantially increased to 70,000. There are some 73,300 active traders in the secondary market, while the total number of share investors is over 1.69 million, which shows active traders have been trading online at the moment.
In our Public Voice segment, we had asked the locals in Dhangari what their take is on the local government's decision to extend the lockdown, but lacking focus on expanding the parameters of testing. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
भारतबाट आउने व्यक्ति जो सयौंको संख्यामा आइराछन् ती संक्रमित नहोला भन्न सकिदैन र तिनलाई नै चाहिँ व्यवस्थित रूपमा चाहिँ क्वारेन्टाइन गरेर तिनको पीसीआर परीक्षण नगरेर यदि तिनलाई सोसाइटीमा जान दिइन्छ घरसम्म जान दिइन्छ भने यो लकडाउन महिनौं दिन गर्दा पनि कुनै पनि प्रभावकारी होला जस्तो देखिदैन।
लकडाउन गर्ने र जनता के भएको छ थाहा छैन के जनता एकदमै दिनभरि गिट्टी कुटेर खाने मान्छे एउटा ठेलामा सामान राखेर फलफुल बेचेर खाने मान्छेको अवस्था के छ त हैन र त्यो जनता सम्म पुगेको छ कि छैन भन्ने खालको कुरा पनि वास्ता नगरेको जस्तो छ।
खाली लकडाउनै मात्र गरेर हुनेवाला छैन, यसको सँगसँगै हाम्रो जुन सोसाइटीमा होस् या तल्लो तहसम्म हाम्रो जुन परिसरको दायरा छ त्यो दायरा चाहिँ बनाउनु पर्छ।
Time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
The question is, why are government institutions not aware of irregularities in agriculture grants? Your options are A, no investigation, B, complaints not filed, and C, result of nexus. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Have a great day ahead.